Hello yogis, my name is Debbie Lash. Welcome to my YouTube channel and welcome back if you've practiced with me here before. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click the bell and it just alerts you every time a new class drops, and I'm averaging once a week, so lots of new stuff coming up all the time. Today's class is going to be 60 minutes. It's a heart opening, back bending class. It's going to reverse all that forward folding that happens organically for all of us, from driving, sitting at a desk, texting, cooking. So let's just open up, bring more buoyancy and lift so we're ready for whatever comes our way. Shall we get started? Ideally 2 blocks is great. If you're doing a home practice, investing in a pair of blocks is a really good idea. If you haven't got the blocks, you could grab a pillow or roll up a blanket and place it underneath the shoulder blades. I'm going to come into the pose. My feet as wide as the mat. And think of this block, it's going to be on level 2, as though it's pressing into the back of the heart. It's not in the lower back, and it's beneath the shoulder blades. And this is on level 3. And I'm right here, and this feels really good. Roll the shoulders down. You could take the block onto level 2 if you wanted to go a little deeper, and just take a moment, drop the knees in, palms facing up, so you're in a position of receiving. And just close the eyes down and just take a moment to land and arrive. We're going to stop before we start. And you're ready. We're not having to do much work, but you can feel the collarbones just stretch and widen. Breathing into the front body. You could even bring your hands onto your ribs as you start to connect to the breath. Inhaling 4, 6 counts to the top. Feel the ribs widening and expanding, and then exhale for 6 counts to the bottom. Exhaling through the nose if you're ready. And just know that you're exactly where you're meant to be for the next hour. This is a nice time to invest into yourself. Inhaling 6. Exhale for 6. One more cycle of breath, just like this. Exhaling 6. And when you're ready, just walk the feet together to touch. Let the knees fall open. You're in a supported Supta Baddha Konasana. So press the big toes in, let the knees drift. That's it. And if you needed to, you could put some towels or some blankets underneath the thighs if you needed a little bit more support for your knees. And just come back to counting the breath. Inhaling for 6. Exhaling for 6. And you might find that you would like to have some music to practice with. You can pause the video, and I offer, I've put a 60-minute playlist on my Instagram, so you can grab that there at Debbie Lash Yoga. You'll find it in Linktree, or you can just go onto my Spotify, which is Debbie Lash, and follow me there. And 2 more cycles of breath wherever you are. Might be a nice good idea to wriggle the jaw, soften the tongue. And keeping the legs and the feet where they are. Hook the thumbs together and inhale, lift your fingers out, and then exhale, just pull your arms up and over the head. Good, inhaling through the nose. And side out, exhale. Good, inhale, lift the arms up. Draw the knees together. Take the right foot out, flex the feet, change the hook of the thumbs, take the left foot out, and arms up and over. Visualize breathing into the whole length of the body, inhaling through the palms of the hands, down to the hips. And now press the breath out through the legs, out through the feet, exhale. And inhale through the soles of the feet, up the thighs. Flex the feet and open the mouth. Exhale. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower down. Good. Bend the knees, place the feet on the floor. You just mindfully roll off the blocks and place the blocks at the top of the mat. And you're going to lower all the way down. Take a happy baby. If it's challenging to grab the feet, grab your ankles. You could even put your hands on the back of the thighs. Just whatever feels available. It's early in the practice. If you can grab the feet, press the heels back. And ideally, we're trying to get the lower back to touch the floor. A little rocking side to side here feels really good. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Some of you might feel ready to bring the legs into V shape, hooking the peace fingers around the big toes. Inhaling here. And again, if it's challenging to grab your feet here or your big toes, bring your hands on the back of the thighs. And this feels really good, and it's simply adequate enough, just as you are. Remember, if any poses don't feel good in your body, come out of them. You can save energy and reserve it by skipping vinyasas, going straight to down dog. And remember, child's poses on the menu all morning. Good. Inhale, zip the legs up. Exhale, lower both legs down. Inhale, lower. Flex the feet. Exhale, lift. Good. Double leg lifts. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Good. Two more. Inhale, lower. Flex the feet. Exhale, lift. And really hugging the belly into the back spine. Exhale, lift. Float the right leg down. And exhale, lift. 3 cycles of breath here. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Lift those shoulder heads a little higher. Inhale, float the left leg down. Both legs up. Exhale. Inhale, left leg down. Exhale, lift. So we're straight into the core here. When the core is strong, it's going to help transform your practice. One more cycle of breath. Inhale, right leg down, both legs up. Exhale. Inhale, right leg down. Exhale, left. So you could even bring your hands onto the back of the calf muscle if you needed a bit more support. That's it. Just convince the shoulders to lift a little higher. Inhale, left leg down. Both legs up. Exhale. Inhale, left leg down. Exhale, lift up. Any point you could bend your left knee and put it on the floor if you needed support. Or remember, you can hold onto the back of the calf muscle. Inhale here. And exhale here. Inhale, float the right leg down. Both legs up. Exhale. Good. Knees into the chair. Oh, knees over hips. Arms in T-shape or cactus. Drop both knees over to the right. Inhale, lift up through center. Both knees over to the left. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. That's it. Just neutralizing the spine. You might be getting a few little auto adjustments here, which is wonderful. I often get a lot of clicking throughout the body as it finds its way into the sweet spot. And come back through center. Just rock and roll, massaging the spine. It's going to get a lot of work today. So just lubricating every vertebrae. And last one here, lift up, stay up in Navasana, pause and lift. Good, draw the knees into the chest, roll the shoulders down. Some of you are going to keep the hands on the back of the thighs for a bit more support. Some of you are going to reach the arms forward. Some of you are going to float the legs up. 5 cycles of breath. Boat pose, Navasana. Ooh, just losing my balance there. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Remember, at any point you could put your hands on the floor if you needed a bit more support. One more cycle of breath. Cross the legs at the shins. Rock forward. Step back into plank pose. Inhale here. Lower down onto forearm plank. Exhale, lower. Good. Dropping both heels over to the right. Keeping both elbows on the floor. Lift the bottom hip. Pull the chest forward. 2 more cycles of breath. Lift your knees and thighs. We're just strengthening the side waist. That's it, front and back body. Inhale, lift the heels, both heels over to the left. Got my back towards you, pull the chest through, lift the bottom hip up. Where can you soften? I just softened the clenching of my hands together, the gripping. That's it, maybe you're gonna soften the jaw. Inhaling here, exhaling here. High tippy toes, lower all the way down onto the belly. Sphinx pose, back into the upper thoracic. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhaling here. Some of you are going to keep the forearms down because this already feels like a lot. So you're pressing down through the forearms to pull the chest through the gateway of the shoulders. Others are going to press down, lift up, point the toes, lift your knees. Just notice how your neck feels. Take a look to the right. How's your range of movement? Exhale back through center. Inhale, take a look to the left. I see you. Exhale back through center. Inhaling here. Exhale, lower down. Elbows underneath the shoulders. Cross your left hand to the right hand. Bend the right knee. Windmill the arm back. Grab the foot. Inhale. And instead of looking to the back foot, look forward. Press the heel to the buttock. Press down. Inhale, lift the chest. Point through the left toes so much that the knee and thigh slightly lift. It's just you're engaging the leg. Spread the toes of the grounded foot. That's it. Inhaling through the nose, just stretching and into the front thigh of your right leg. Exhale, release. And then the other side, cross your right hand to the left, bend your left knee. Inhale. Don't worry if you can't catch the foot. Just let the body know where you're going to go. Just reach back. Otherwise, if you've got the foot, walk the knees back together. Some of you can spin the fingers forward like I am. Otherwise, just press the heel to the buttock and then look forward. Press down, lift up. This is Sphinx pose in the chest. So we're pressing down to lift the chest. This is tendency to collapse. So remember, we're reversing all that forward folding. We're opening our big, beautiful hearts. 2 more cycles of breath. Just notice where there's tension, tightness in the body. Focus the exhale into where it feels tight. Inhaling here. Exhale, release. Low cobra. Hands underneath the shoulders. And then slide them back. Squeeze the elbows in as you press the heels, the elbow heads down, forehead to the floor. So the back of the neck is long. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So ideally here, the bottom ribs stay on the floor. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift up. And now play with floating the hands off the floor. Reach the hands back, clasp the hands together. Inhale, lift the chest. Spread the toes. Try and get your pinky toe to touch the floor. Point the toes, lift the knees. 2 more cycles of breath. Lengthen through the back of the neck by looking forward and down. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Inhale here. Hands underneath the shoulders. Ready for your first up dog. Inhale, straighten the arms. Knees can be down on the ground. Now start to pull the hips forward as you press down on the feet, lift the knees and thighs. We usually fly through up dog. So just pause here, inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Staying on the tops of the feet, inhale. And you're just going to lift up and back. Stay on the tops of the feet. Oh, I've got a big click in my toes there. Forward fold and bow. That's it. Downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose. I'm swaying my hips here. It feels really good. Some of you like to pedal through the feet. And inhale, high tippy toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step, walk or float to the top. Half lift. These are back bend here. Lift the shoulder head. You might have your hands on the shins. Inhaling here. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Stay in the forward fold and bow. Option 1, grab your elbows. Option 2, arms up and over the head. You choose. You could generously bend your knees here, but roll the inner thighs back. Look up between the thighs.
So you've got the same shape if you've got the arms up and over the head as you did a moment ago in Skundasana. That's it, 2 more cycles of breath. If there's anything that's not been serving you, any conversations gone wrong, just old habits and patterns that have crept in that you want to let go of, just use this opportunity to let go. And inhaling, lifting yourself all the way up, both arms up, cactus arms, back bend, pressing through the feet. Inhale, exhale, hands at prayer. Are we ready to flow? Surya Namaskara A, both arms up, breathe in. Connect to breath, exhale, emptying the belly of breath. Inhale, half lift. Look forward as you step back into plank. It's a really nice habit to get into. So your energy is traveling forward, lower halfway down. Roll over toes. You could stay with low cobra if you needed to. Exhale, stay on the tops of the feet and then tuck the toes under. Downward facing dog. 3 lovely long cycles of breath here. Have a look at your hands. Press down through the forefinger thumbs. This stops you rolling into the outer wrist. Inhaling through the nose. Big sigh out. Exhale. Inhale, lift the heels. Bend the knees. Exhale, step, walk, or float. Half lift, breathe in. Forward fold and bow. Press down through the feet. Inhale, rise. Cactus arms, back bend. Arms up. No stopping, forward fold. Maybe in downward facing dog. Look forward as you step or jump back. Roll over toes, up dog. Up and back. Downward facing dog. Stay right there. I'm just going to spin around. I'm going to move from downward facing dog. Inhaling, float the right leg straight back. Put a bend into the knee, open up the hip. That's it. Press your left thigh back, left heel down, circle your right ankle. Both ways. That's it. Inhale, square the hip. Knee to nose round. Exhale, maybe touch the knee to the nose. Inhale here. Knee to nose round. Last one. Look forward, step the right foot through. Pause here, lift the chest. Some of you are going to drop the back knee here if you need to. Inhale. Left hand down, right arm up. Exhale. Squeeze the buttocks together. That's it. Keep the top hand lifting up. As you drop the back heel down, we're stepping back into Vinyasa side plank. And now arm up and over. Hug the ribs in. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Float the top leg up. Put a bend into the knee, step it behind. Press your left toe down to lift the bottom hip and into another back bend. Some of you got the head dropping back. Some of you like to lift the head a little. Sharpening through both sides of the neck. And top arm up. Vinyasa or straight to downward facing dog. Up and back. Downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath here. Just going to spin around so I don't have my back to you. Inhaling, float the left leg. Exhale, put a bend into the knee. Open up the hip, press the right thigh back. Right heel down. Circle the ankle both ways. And inhale. Knee to nose round. Exhale. Can you touch the knee to the nose? Inhale. How did that go? Knee to nose round. And look forward. Step the left foot through. Good. Right hand down, taking a twist. So twists and back bends go together. Maybe you could drop the back knee here if you needed to. And then lift up like you want to touch the ceiling. So lifting is opening these ribs to the left. Good. 2 more cycles of breath. We're pressing down to lift out of the wrist of the grounded hand. Drop the back heel down. Vinyasa, side plank. Good, inhale here. Exhale, arm up and over. Press down, lift the bottom hip, this top hip rolling slightly towards me. Float the top leg, top arm up, wild thing, arm up and over. Get the big toe of your right foot. See if you can get it to touch the floor so you can press down to lift the bottom hip. Inhale, top arm up, hand to the floor, Vinyasa. Roll over the toes, up and back, downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose, big sigh out, exhale. Just going to turn around here. Inhale, float the right leg straight back. Step the right foot next to the right thumb, warrior one. Back heel down, both arms up, inhale. Hook the thumbs together. Inhale, lift up, sink. And imagine you've got the block where we started, it's pressing, hug the back ribs into this imaginary block. Stand into the back foot, squeeze your left buttock strong, squeeze it in. And there's this wrapping of these ribs into the midline. Hands behind the back. Clasp the hands together. You're feeling a bit of a theme here in the arms. Inhale, lift the chest. Dropping the head, activating the thyroid gland here. Inhale. Maybe walk your right foot to the right. Humble warrior. Exhale, round. Drop the head. Hug your right hip back to your left heel, arms up and over. And again, just free the neck by a little slight nodding and turning. Make sure there's no tension there. And one more cycle of breath. Pressing down, inhale, both arms up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Look forward as you step back, plank. Vinyasa or straight to down dog. This is a nice variation of Surya Namaskara B, tops of the feet. Roll over toes, float the left leg back, inhale. Warrior one, exhale, both arms up as you breathe in. Hook the thumbs, but the abnormal way. Inhale, lift. Squeeze the right buttock as you sink into the left thigh. Find that hugging. Imagine you're pressing these back ribs into that imaginary block. Inhale here. Sink lower, exhale. Hands behind the back. Clasp the hands, roll the shoulders down. Your hands are touching, ideally, the inside of the right thigh. Inhale, lift, squeeze the right buttock. Humble warrior, exhale. Drop the head. Hug the left hip back. Arms up and over. And one more cycle of breath. Press into the back foot, both arms up, breathe in. Hands to the floor, exhaling, keep exhaling. Ardha Chaturanga, roll over toes up dog. Stay on the tops of the feet if you can. Roll over the toes, downward facing dog. 3 cycles of breath. Just gonna spin around here. Make sure you've got your blocks handy at the top of the mat, if you've got blocks that is. Inhale, float the right leg. Right knee to the left elbow, take a twist. Good, maybe you can touch the knee, lift. Inhale, come back again to the left elbow, there's your twist. Inhale, back to the left elbow, twist, full in triangle, back heel drops down again. Shoot the right leg out, top arm up. Feels a lot like that side plank that we took earlier. Good, arm up and over. Some of you can pull the thigh, just called descending the thigh into the hip and lift the foot on the floor. Good, 2 more cycles of breath. Starts to get a little choppy. Good, hands to the floor, knee to nose, step the right foot through. Warrior two, back heel down, windmill the arm back. Inhale. Hands behind the back, roll the shoulders down, inhale, lift. Your belly is facing towards me, front body, exhale here. Have a look at your knee. Notice if your knee's rolling in. Hug your right knee over to the right a little. Inhale. Maybe look over the front leg. Exhale. Sharpen the back leg by lifting the knee and thigh up. One more cycle of breath here. Inhale, straighten the arms. Triangle pose. Hinge forward. I like to step my back foot up here to shorten it. Exhale, hand down. I'm going to grab a block. I always love to use the blocks in the practice. Inhale, so we press down. Arms lift up, look up, hug the ribs in. Arm up and over. Inhaling here. If you want to take it another level for intensity, float the bottom arm up. A lot of work here in the sideways. A little bend into the knee, and then lift the knee and thigh up. One more cycle of breath. Bottom hand down, top arm up. Top hand on the top hip, half moon. Put a bend into the knee, slide your block forward. Inhale, lift. Shoulder over the wrist. I like to look through the body to make sure I can see the toes of the back foot. Spin the chest. Top arm up. That's it. Maybe you can even lift off the block. Maybe you don't have a block and you can pull the hand away and up away from the floor. If it feels available, kick the heel to the buttock or bring the knee to the chest. I find that more accessible. Press the knee back and then kick the foot into the hand like you did right at the beginning of class. Lift and spin the chest. You could be here. Maybe you could even pick your block off the floor. A little bend into the knee to support the knee joints. Good. Top arm up. Generously bend the standing knee. Warrior two. That's it. Reverse the warrior. Oh, that feels so good. Exhale, sink. And inhale. Lift yourself up. Turn your toes, left toes to the top edge of the mat. Skundasana. So options here, hands to the floor. Some of you may even have the heel lifted. It's okay, this pose is a deep hip opener. So sometimes the heel doesn't go. Some of you might be able to bring hands at prayer. If you practice with me, you know that I incorporate this pose a lot. Flex the foot. Inhaling through the nose. The back of the mat is going to turn to the front of the mat. So turn to the back. Exhale, left foot is forward. Inhale, hands to the floor. Make sure you've got a block handy. Float the left leg back. Left knee crosses over to the right elbow. There's your twist. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Come back to the right elbow. Drop the back heel, fallen triangle. Inhale, lift. Arm up and over. Some of you are picking the foot off the floor. 3 cycles of breath. Lots of sideways strength work here. You know that I like to incorporate this a lot. And one more cycle of breath. Hands to the floor. Warrior two. Back heel down. Windmill the right arm back. Exhale, sink. Again, have a look. Squeeze your left knee over to the left. Maybe you've got to walk the foot back. Clasp the hands together. Roll the shoulders down. Remember, turn the chest so it's facing straight out of the hips. And all that turns is the head. Looking over the front shoulder. Inhale here. Exhale here. And a nice little checkpoint is when I look to my left big toe, if I can't see it because the knee's rolling in, I just squeeze my knee over to the left to make sure I can see it. Yeah, see if that works in your body. Leave me some feedback in the comments below. And one more cycle of breath here. Inhale. Sink lower, exhale. Open the arms wide. Straighten the leg. Walk the back foot up. Hinge forward. Trikonasana. Spin the chest. Lift up, look up. That's it. Hug the ribs in. Beautiful. Arm up and over for some. You could grab the block here if you haven't got it already. Good. Good, spin the chest. If there's pain in your neck, look down at your left big toe. Some of you are going to float that bottom arm up. Inhale, so you're reaching from that back heel, a little whisper of a bend into the knee. I have a tendency to dump into that knee joint, it's not good. Wear and tear on the body. Bottom hand down, top arm up, top hand on the top hip. Exhale here. Look down at your left big toe, bend the knee, slide your hand or your block forward about a foot, maybe a bit more. Shoulder over the wrist alignment. Roll the chest, keep the big toe plugging into the floor. A nice another little checkpoint, look through the middle of the body if your balance feels good. Spin the chest, top arm up. You can either look down, if your balance feels good and strong today, look up to your top thumb. That's it, crown of the head is lengthening away from the lifted heel, and hopefully I'm in a straight line here. Chapasana, heel to the buttock or knee to the chest, you choose. That's it, and then kick the foot into the hand, hand into the foot. Some of you are floating the bottom hand up. Spin the chest. That's it. At any point you can put the block down, kick the foot a little higher, and bend the knee of the standing foot. Sink back. Warrior two. Reverse warrior. Inhale here, lift. Exhale, sink. Stand all the way up. Skundasana. Right toes to the top edge of the mat. Bend the knee. Sink into the hips. That's it. Flex your left foot. Remember, hands on the floor. Sometimes even when I was learning this pose, reach the hands back because there's this tendency to fall back in this pose. So you just, the weight of your backside can pull you down. So press down to feel that lift of Sphinx pose in the chest. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Good, turn to the top of the mat. Look forward as you step back, plank. Inhale, hinge forward. Roll over, toes up, dog. There's your back bend. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. I'm just going to spin around so I don't have my back to you. And inhaling, floating the right leg straight back. Right knee, right elbow, glide forward, exhale. Inhale, three-legged dog. Cross it over to the left, there's your twist. Inhale, three-legged dog. Knee to nose round. Pause, lower the knee almost to the floor. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift, step through. Good. So you can take the twist from the back knee down, or some of you will want to lift up into high lunge, Anjaneyasana. Inhale. Exhale here. So knee up or down. Hook the thumbs again. Inhale, lift, hug the ribs in. Some of you are going to start to straighten that back leg. It's going to feel good. Sink lower. Make sure the knee is over the ankle, the front leg. Hinge forward. Hug the ribs in. Back into the twist. 5 cycles of breath. Some of you are going to keep the hands in prayer. Some of you are going to take a half bind or actually split the arms. Some of you might take a half bind and there's a full bind in there if you're full binding today. Pull the chest away, activate that back leg. How's it going? It's hard to breathe in these twists, I know, because the diaphragm is twisted, but it really is a great benefit to your respiratory system, helps you breathe more. Inhale here, both hands to the floor. Step the back foot up a third. Get the back heel down. Walk the right foot to the right. You could grab your block here if you need it. Hands on the hips. Inhale, rise. Exhale, stand into the back foot. Arms wide. Exhale, rotate the palms back. So we've got options. Fist to fist, opposite hand to elbow, or reverse namaste. That's it. So you're pressing the hands into the chest, into the back of the heart, and then lift the chest. Inhale, roll the shoulders down and away from the ears, and you watch my frontal hip points lift up. That's it, inhaling through the nose. Exhale, hinge forward over the right leg, not through the middle of the body. Inhale, just look down, lift the back ribs up like cat pose. Inhale, forward fold and bow. Exhale. That's it, Ujjayi breath, internal gaze. 2 more cycles of breath wherever you are. Shoulder heads are lifting up and away from the floor. Just sliding your right hand down on the sacrum, drop your left hand down. So inside or outside. I'm going to bring my hand on the outside on a block. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, rotate the ribs to the right. Pulling the chest forward, squeeze the buttocks, maybe top arm. Now if your arm comes out to the side because of the mobility in your shoulder, just keep the hand on the sacrum and just roll and lift that shoulder. Imagine my hand is lifting that, guiding that up and back very gently. That's it. 2 more cycles of breath, pulling, driving that right hip back to your left heel. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. 1 more cycle of breath. Exhale, bring the top hand on the hip. Some of you are just going to float that left hand forward if you don't have a block. I'm going to bring mine onto level 2. And inhale, warrior 3. Lift the chest. That's it. There's a feeling of low cobra and the shoulder blades here. Inhale. Spin the ribs to the right. Exhale. I know this is intense. Inhale, top arm up. Exhale here. Remember, same thing in the arm. If it's out here, bring the hand onto the sacrum. It's a nice checkpoint to make sure the hips are squared. Keep lifting and spinning the chest. 2 more cycles of breath. And exhale, step the feet together. Good. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold and bow. Pressing down through the feet. Hands on the hips. Inhale, rise. Pause here. Standing on your left foot. Right hand out. Kick the right heel to the buttock. Grab the inside. Ideally, doesn't matter if you grab the outside, but ideally the ankle, but some of you will have the foot. Squeeze the knees together. Dancer pose. Inhale, lift. Exhale. Kick the foot into the hand. Hand into the foot. That's it. Little bend into the knee. Maybe look up to the fingertips. 3 more cycles of breath. And step the feet together. Inhale, both arms up. How did that go? Forward fold and bow. Inhale, half lift. Step into down dog. Some of you will want the vinyasa, so just choose wisely for your body. But what I love about the vinyasa is we've got the back bend, and it connects you back to your breath. Most importantly, inhaling through the nose. Big sigh out. Just going to spin around. So I'm on the other, so I don't have my back facing you. Left leg, float it back, 3-legged dog. Glide forward, left knee, left elbow, exhale. Inhale, 3-legged dog. Cross it over to the right. Here's the twist. Inhale. Knee to nose round. Step the left foot through. Taking a twist. Some of you are coming in from the bottom, back knee down. You choose. High lunge for some. Good. Exhale, sink. Shoulders over the hips. Hug the belly in. Knee over the ankle. The alignment is key. Inhale, lift. Exhale, sink lower. Starting to straighten that back leg. Hands at prayer. Inhale, hinge forward. Exhale, rotate. That's it. And then squeeze the buttocks together as you lengthen the crown of the head away from the back heel. Do what you did on the first side. Maybe hands at prayer. Some of you are splitting the arms. Some of you are half binding. Some of you are going for that full bind. Come back to the breath. Notice when it slips away in the twist because it's hard to breathe. Dig in, go deep. One more cycle of breath. Top arm up. Exhale, both hands either side of the front foot. Take a minute to pause here. Step the back foot up. Walk the left foot to the left. Grab your block inside or outside the front foot. Hands on the hips. Squeeze the elbow heads in. Hug the belly in. Inhale, rise. Whatever bind you took on the first side. Fist to fist. Opposite hand to opposite shoulders. Change the hand to elbow. And reverse namaste. But choose what's sustainable. That's it. Don't always have to go for the deepest part of every pose. You can just build into it. Sometimes it's interesting to see if you're chasing the poses. I have a tendency to do that. Inhale, lift. Hinge over the right leg. Exhale. Inhale here. Parsvottanasana. Exhale. Forward fold and bow. So you want a hips distance between the feet. Drop the chin to the chest. Hug the belly to the spine. You're driving that the left hip back to your right heel. Neck is long. You're pressing evenly through both feet as you lift your knees and thighs up. I don't know if you can see that, but it feels like I'm squeezing the muscles to the bone. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. Bring the left hand to the sacrum as you drop the right hand down. Block on the inside. I'm going for the outside again. Inhale, lift the chest. Firm the left buttock, the left hip back. Spin the chest to the left. Lift. You're pressing down. That's why I like the block, so you can get the palm down. Maybe top arm up. That's it. Firm the buttocks in. Notice if your head is heavy. Lift the crown of the head forward and away from the tailbone. 2 more cycles of breath. Soften the jaw, the tongue, the eyes. Inhaling here. Top hand on the top hip. Exhale, lower. Good. Bring your block forward. Warrior 3 is the transition. Inhale. Spin the left legs, the ribs to the left. Exhale. Maybe you can stay here just working and lifting the shoulder. Some of you are taking Parivrtta Ardha, top arm up. Full expression, toes turned down of the lifted foot. Shift the weight into the heel. Two more cycles of breath. Inhaling here. Exhale. Step the feet together. Hands on the hips. Inhale, rise. Exhale here. Standing on your right foot. Left hand out. Little bend into the right knee. Kick the left heel to the buttock. Grab the inside of the foot. That's it. Roll the shoulders down. Bring the knees together so your hips are squared, and then press the foot down into the hand. Right arm up. Exhale. You're not hinging all the way forward. There's that uplift in the chest. That's it. 3 more cycles of breath. Embrace any wobbles. Don't worry if you're falling in and out of the pose. It's part of the practice. 1 more cycle here. Feet together. Let's flush it through. Inhale, big thumbs up. Forward fold and bow. Exhale. Half lift, breathe in. Step, step back. Vinyasa. Roll over, toes up dog. Tops of the feet. Downward facing dog. Inhaling through the nose. If you need to take a child's pose, you can take it here. Exhaling through the nose. Glide forward into plank pose. And lower all the way down onto your belly. Slide the hands back. Low cobra, forehead to the floor, point the toes, inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Squeeze the elbows in. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Skundasana, slide the hands all the way back. Forehead to the floor. Point through the right toe so much that the foot just floats. Press the pubic bone down. Take the left foot to meet the right. Lift the shoulder heads up and away from the floor. 3 cycles of breath. Look to the top edge of your mat. Squeeze the outer ankles in. Pressing down through the hands to pull the chest forward. Inhaling here. Exhale, lower down. Hands underneath the forehead. Turn the head to the side. Windshield wiper the legs side to side. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Walk the knees together to touch. Strengthening the lower back. Good, and also this is a nice prep pose for Dhanurasana. So pressing the pubic bone and the hips down, you're going to even feel the knees slightly lift. Head down, pressing down to inhale, lift the knees and thighs. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Last one, lift up, stay up. And squeeze, hold, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lower down. Good, windshield wiper the legs. How did that go? It's a really good one for strengthening the lower back. Ekapada Dhanurasana means one-legged bow pose. Some people call it half Skundasana, half Dhanurasana. So you choose which one you like best. Reach the right hand forward, cupcake fingers is good. Point the right toe back. Good. Reach the left hand to reach the left ankle. Walk the knees back together. Good, and then point through the toe. Pull the chest forward, kick the foot into the hand. Some of you are going to float the hand up. Imagine you're pressing that hand into a block. That's it. Think of this as a lengthening pose. Inhaling through the nose. Exhaling through the nose. Notice any resistance. The poses that we don't like are normally the poses that we need the most. Exhale, lower down. Change sides. Left hand forward. Bend the right knee. Catch the ankle. Walk the knees together. Forehead to the floor. Just set it up. Press your pubic bone and your hips down. Good. Inhale. Point through the left toe. Inhale. Kick the foot into the hand. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Squeeze the outer knees in. 2 more cycles of breath. Exhale, lower down. Ask yourself, how did that feel in your body? How do all these poses feel? Some of them can bring up a little annoyance. Even sometimes backbends for people can make them feel a little angry. So notice what you're experiencing. And ready for Dhanurasana. Press the the hips and the pubic bone down. Lift up, reach. Good, walk the knees back together. That's it. Forehead to the floor. Set it up the same way. Press the pubic bone and the hips down. Lift the knees and thighs, and then kick the feet into the hands. That's it. Opening your big, beautiful hearts. 3 more. Some of you might even use the breath to rock. And lower down. Windshield wiper the legs. So we're going to take that pose, Dhanurasana, again, with the option, if your shoulders feel good and you've got no injuries or no neck problems, we're going to roll it to the side. We're going to roll to the right side first. Come back on the exhale, inhale, roll to the right. And if that doesn't suit your practice today, skip it and stay in Dhanurasana. And if you're done with Dhanurasana, take a child's pose. So back into Dhanurasana. Often the first one feels sticky, and then the next one feels pretty good. Lift the shoulder heads, kick and lift. That's it, stay here. Lengthen through the back of the neck. Lift your knees and thighs. We're going to take a roll to the right. Inhale. Exhale here. Imagine you're still pressing your pubic bones and your hips into the floor. But now it's into an imaginary floor. That's it. And then roll. Inhale. And you've got your back towards you. Kick the feet. Open up your chest. Inhaling here. Come back through center. And release. Child's pose is going to feel amazing. Round the back for cat pose. Big toes touch. And if your shoulders kind of have had enough here, you could reach your hands back towards your feet. Some of you like to come onto the elbows and bring the hands at the back of the neck. This feels pretty good on my body. One more cycle of breath wherever you are. And inhale, come up onto the hands and knees. Just take a few rounds of cat-cow. Oh, that's it. Lubricate the spine before we come into a big pose, Dhanurasana. If you're not practicing Dhanurasana today, it's all good. You can take a supported bridge pose. That's it. So, lower down, bend the knees, lower down, vertebrae by vertebrae. Bend the elbows. Bridge pose, Setu Bandha, Saravangasana. Some of you, if you feel tired, and you quite rightly so, there's a lot of work with these back bends. Lift the hips, place a block underneath your sacrum. That can be, the block can be on any level. Roll the shoulders, lift the chest. That's what you're doing. Getting all the benefits of the back bend, but without having to do too much of the work. Otherwise, for my other yogis, press down. Some of you with tight shoulders, or grab the edges of the mat. Others, clasping those hands together again here. There's a bit of a theme with the arms. Rolling the shoulders under so we can lift and breathe. Press down through the big toes. Fire up the thighs, lifting the hips. You want to keep the natural curves in the back of the neck. So if your chin is pinning, the back of the neck is flat. So you can even, do this to make sure you check in. A lot of the time we need to lift the chin a little. Breathe into your big beautiful heart, inhaling here. Squeeze the outer knees in. One more cycle of breath. Release the hands, exhale, lower down. If Dhanurasana, not practicing it for whatever reason today, you could take another bridge pose. You could take a supported bridge pose. You could put a pillow underneath the sacrum, or some books, or whatever you've got handy. Otherwise, maybe you're just going to explore. It's a good word. Explore how far you can go, and just observe your boundaries. So rotate the wrists, shake out the hands, open and close the fingers. Flex the hands like handstand. Bend the elbows, and maybe you're going to stop here. What I see all the time in class, elbows here are splayed wide. Hug them in, and then press the ribs down. And you'll feel your pelvis lift. It's going to tilt. Inhale. I'm just actually going to wet my hands because my mat feels a little dusty. And I was practicing outside yesterday. Inhale, lift the hips. Exhale here. Inhale, come to the crown of the head. Reset the hands. Squeeze the elbows in so they're in your eye line. Inhale, lift up. Oh, this feels so good. But not feels good for everyone's body. So notice how it feels in yours. Maybe lift the heels. Maybe you can tiptoe the feet back. Squeeze the knees in. Inhaling here. Lift the head, exhale, lower all the way down. That's it. You ready for a happy baby? I hope so. Grab your feet, there we go. Press the heels back, inhaling through the nose. How does this pose feel now? Remember we did it right at the beginning of class? Feels like a long time ago, and it is. Probably 15 minutes ago now. That's it, but hopefully it's feeling good. Inhaling here. Exhaling here. And place the feet on the floor. Cross the right leg over the left. Arms in T-shape. Shuffle the hips to the right. Inhale, lift the knees to the chest. Exhale. If this twist feels a little deep for your body, maybe unravel the legs and you could just keep it passive. And you could even have the left leg straight if that felt better. So just play with what works for your body. Remember, I'm just offering poses. You take what you want and leave what you don't want. And if I'm not offering something today, then add it in. You are your best teacher. And inhaling, come back through center. Keep the legs crossed. Good. Inhale here. We're going to lift up and the arms are straight. Now you might feel that because you might have tight hip flexors, it might feel impossible to get the head back down. So if you've got a pillow or a blanket or a block, you can put the block here and suddenly it feels much more accessible. The pose is squeezing the thighs together, kicking the heels away from your chest. I'm just going to remove the block. This is called supine Skundasana, supine shoestring pose. That's it. Squeeze the thighs, press the heels away, arms are straight. And if you can't grab the feet, grab your ankles, or you can even have the hands on the back of the thighs. 2 more cycles of breath. And unravel the legs. Grab your big toes or your ankles or the back of the thighs. And then open the legs back into V shape. Oh, this feels good too. Everything feels good today. I hope it feels good in your body. Press the heels away, lower back lengthens. And when you're ready, cross the left leg over the right. Arms in cactus or T-shape. I bring the foot to the floor to pick my hips up and shuffle them over to the left. Inhale, knees to the chest. Exhale, knees over to the right. And just take the same twist that you did on the first side. You start by looking straight up, just to observe how your neck feels, and then maybe you can turn to the left. And maybe the single point of focus is going to be to your elbow, or if your hands are in T-shape, maybe looking to the fingers. So you choose. Squeeze the thighs. Exhale, release. Shavasana is very near. Hope you've enjoyed this practice. Leave me some feedback in the comments below. It's so helpful to know what you guys are thinking, if you enjoy the classes, and it really encourages other people who have so much yoga available. But if there's great feedback, it's just really encouraging for other people to practice with me. So do me a favor and leave me some feedback. That would be amazing. Come back through center. Good, lift the head, grab the feet. Supine Skundasana. Good, kick the heels away. Remember, grab that blanket or block or book underneath the back of the head if your hip flexors are tight. And inhale here. Unravel the legs. If you've got a block, we're just going to keep the legs in the air. You could just have your legs in the air just like this with your sacrum down, or you could put the pillow there. Otherwise, put the block on level. 1,
Roll the palms up, Vipariti Karani, just resetting the parasympathetic nervous system. So bringing the body back into a place of rest and digest. And then we didn't do any inversions today. Well, downward facing dog is an inversion, but this is as good as going upside down because the feet are above the heart space, so the heart doesn't have to work as hard. So giving yourself a big happy hug in the heart as all the blood's rushing to it now. Drop into the breath, just close the eyes down. Feel the body soften. If your hips, sometimes for this pose for me, I get an aching in the hips, and this means your hip flexors are tight. Just bend the knees, any amount. Five more cycles of breath here. Just weaving a sprinkling of Shavasana even into this pose. Some people like to take Shavasana with their legs up the wall like this. You can take the legs to the wall. 2 more cycles of breath. And when you're ready, bend the knees. Feet to the floor. Inhale, lift the hips. Lower down. Take the feet as wide as the mat. Roll the shoulders under. Take an inhale through the nose. Let go of the practice. Open the mouth, exhale. Fully surrender to this moment. See if you can just try and refrain from moving, scratching, itching. And just let your body pass through it. Feel free to close the screen down and just stay in Shavasana. Just allow yourself to fully rest here. This is exactly what your body needs. Otherwise you can come with me and we'll close out. Inhaling, lifting the arms up and over the head. Just wriggle fingers and toes, inhaling through the nose. And then exhale, draw the knees into the chest. Knee to nose round, squeeze it all in. And when you're ready, roll to the side. Take a moment to pause. And then pressing down through the hands. Lifting yourself all the way up and coming full circle. Just take a moment to feel the effects of your practice. shift of energy, shift of mindset, physical shift in the body, big opening of the heart and the chest. And just bring the left hand on your heart and the right hand on top. Grateful for a beating heart, all the love that is generated. Just visualize and bring someone into the heart space that you want to send love to today. Take an inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Hands together at prayer, tapping thumbs to third eye. And humbly bow, namaste yogis. Thank you for sharing your practice with me. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Leave me some feedback and have a wonderful day or a wonderful evening. Lots of love.